Hi, everyone. Leslie M. Thornton, Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss, back from vacation, only to meet our one and only Nicole, who's here, Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss graduate. How long ago was it since you did the program, Nicole?
I graduated the program, I want to say almost 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
while ago, which I'm kind of
yeah.
happy we have a little bit of, so you can tell us what life after the program is like for everybody who's in it or thinking about it. And yeah, you're on vacation or you're on in Florida last week and now you're LBI by the water there. Summer loving, but don't let it fool you. Nicole is a hard worker. She just makes stuff happen all the time. It took weeks for us to be able to have her get to be on the podcast and share her wisdom and her experience with all of you. So Nicole, thank you so much for being here. Really happy to have you. So like always, would absolutely love if you'd be willing to share, your story of before you found hypnosis for permanent weight loss and how you describe it, your eating disorder, just so that people who are listening can really relate, to where they might be based on what your story was.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm 24 years old. I have grown up in a big Italian family where food is our source of everything, of getting together, of love, celebration, everything. And it's been a huge part of my life and everyone around me. It's been a huge part of their lives. And I've been overweight my whole life. So I just kind of accepted like this is what I'm destined to be. I'm always going to have, that weird relationship with food where it's so good with my family, and then later on in the day I'm like, shit, this is not what I wanted to feel like or look like or be like. And my family, well, my parents mainly, they always were kind of on top of me with my eating, and they made me feel guilty about what I was eating and when I was eating and how I was eating. So I've always kind of had this weird relationship with food, and I call it an eating disorder because I'm able to kind of starve myself. If I wanted to feel a little skinnier, I was able to binge. I was able to feel guilty after. Like there were so many highs and lows with my eating disorder, and I wanted to eat to live and not live to eat. So
Mm,
that's why I joined this program, and I wanted to get my self-control back. I didn't want to feel guilty anymore. I just wanted to be of food running my mind every second of the day, and that's what happened.
absolutely, 100%. You know that I can relate to that, just always being on the mind and thinking that this was just always the plague that I was going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. And I see this, the part that you mentioned, Nicole, happen all the time. And I know happened to me. It's like, on the one hand, we want to enjoy our time with our friends and family. And on the other hand, we want to have that super fit and skinny body and, eat perfectly all the time. And
Yeah.
that back and forth is what drives people just insane, because it's like
Yeah,
there's two parts of ourselves. So what was that experience like for you?
exactly. I feel the exact way you just explained. I I was always kind of faking it in the moment, like just eating everything and just kind of feeling like I belong with my family, and we're all eating it together, we're all having a great time, and then after it's like, oh my god, I feel horrible. Like it's not even about like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that so I can be like skinny tomorrow. It's like you literally feel so full and just overcapacitated, and you're like, I ate until I was sick, and it's just not something I wanted to do the rest of my life. And my mom's been like that her whole life, my dad's been like that his whole life, and I don't want to do it. And I see the people I love like struggle with food so much, and I've had so much enlightenment through this program, and I wish the same for them. I wish the same for everyone, because it's truly, there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And tell us about, your journey through the program and what that light looks like for you today.
So I through this program I realized I had a lot of childhood traumas that kind of it's the source of my eating disorder, and we were able to tackle those childhood memories that I never dealt with. I just kind of suppressed it, and feelings that I had towards my family members. I was able to make boundaries with them. I was able to kind of forgive what they've made me feel like and just express my emotions more, and communicate with other people more. And it's like everything that I do, I'm not suppressing. So it's everything's just getting better and better and better. And believe it or not, like just doing those things has helped my relationship with food, because food is attached to everyone in my life.
Absolutely.
And if I don't conquer those, bridges with the people I love around me, food is just never going to be conquered either. So yeah.
Such a good point. Oh my God, you're bringing up so much gold right now. And it's like, that's exactly, it's like, we can't necessarily take those people out of our lives, And so it's like, if we choose to have relationships with them, but we also can't deal with the craziness in our minds all the time, thinking after you're just going along and not saying what you actually feel and mean or whatever, then it can equal that. I've talked several times about how that one yogi talked about how when we actually don't say what we want to say, we experience that mini psychosis, like within ourselves. Yeah. And that, is when we have the spiral and can start to eat and all of that kind of stuff. So what I'm hearing is just you're learning how to set boundaries, communicate your needs, and yeah, just a lot of communication stuff, like speak the way that you feel and talk about your feelings. And that was definitely me, where I didn't even know I was doing it, but I would just be bottling up my feelings and emotions all the time. And I think it was just all swirling around inside. And then it had to come out somehow. And my outlet was food. And it sounds like yours was the same.
Yep, exactly. I would just resent my family for saying those things. Like, okay, for example, one time all my friends were over and I was cutting a loaf of bread, and my dad took the whole loaf of bread and threw it in the garbage right in front of me and all my friends and said, "You don't need to eat that." So those kind of moments that happened, I would resent him so much for doing that, and it made me feel so horrible about myself. Later on, I would just binge the hell out of everything in the closet just to feel something, just to feel like complete. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep. It's like that revenge almost, or that anger has to come out somehow. So since we don't actually say it to dad, or we don't have the tools to communicate our needs or our boundaries, then later there's a kickback. Right. And then it never actually gets resolved. And we continue to swim in that same fishbowl of water of not liking ourselves and resenting our parents or whatever that looks like. So that's brilliant. And yeah. And then it also has you, and you can let me know how it worked for you, but see the other person's side of like, if dad's thinking that, then dad is also probably in his own fishbowl of hating himself or whatever that may look like, unresolved in his past. And it's like, instead of just taking it personally, it's like, oh, that person has some issues.
He's projecting his issues onto me. Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah. So how have things been with your parents now? I know when we first started working together, you were like, I'm moving out, I'm getting out of here. And yeah, you did a lot of work. So how are things going?
Things are great. I ended up not moving out. I was able to be content in the same household as them. And that was something that I never thought would be possible. And it's only possible because I'm able to set boundaries with them and tell them things that like, oh, I don't want you, like, please don't say that to me. I don't need to hear that right now. Just respect what I'm doing right now. My eating journey, my fitness journey, my health, respect it. I'm doing it my way. You can do yours your own way. And that really, really helped. And I've seen such a difference in that. And just kind of staying busy too really helped me. And believe it or not, through your program, I feel like so many opportunities gravitated towards me, and I was successful in my career, my B jobs, my C jobs, and every other aspect of my life. I was staying busy, I was staying healthy, I was staying fit, like, and just being on the journey that I needed to be on. And it really helped. I'm not moving out anytime soon, so which is a good money saver. And like when I first met you, I was like, I need to get the hell out of here. I can't be in this house. It's toxic. It's making me the worst possible me. But really those communication bridges and just boundaries have really improved every part of it.
It's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I know so many people feel that way that we talk to, right? It's just like, I need to get out of here. I'm in this toxic, environment or relationship or whatever. And it's getting like that, what if that toxicity is like stuff that can be cleared out within you, right? And then being able to actually, take action in a different direction. That's awesome. Something else that I'd love for you to share about, Nicole, was how it was challenging for you at first, because, well, first of all, I remember, I'll never forget that one coaching call you had where like one of your biggest wins was that you let yourself party. You were like, I just had a great time and I got way too intoxicated and whatever. And you were like, but that's a huge win for me, because normally I'm like trying to calculate everything and dial it up and dial it back. And like, now I have that experience and I feel like I'm kind of unleashed and like free. And there was some weight gain that happened for you in the program. And so I know that that's one of the most challenging parts for our clients, is that sometimes when we're so far in diet mentality, when you actually start allowing all foods, the pendulum swings in the other direction. You allow yourself to binge in whatever way that looks like for you, right? And then eventually it gets to that middle ground. So do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah. So my biggest fear in this program was not being able to lose the weight. And that was always my like fear of the day when I did my journaling in the morning is, am I spending all this money just to not lose the weight? I was so scared about that. And once we kind of went through the notions of allowing myself to put my control knob down and just feel my body, feel what I want, what I'm craving, and eat it, feel when I'm full, feel when I am not full, just everything like that completely changed everything. I did gain some weight, but it was like 5 pounds. It was like nothing. I stopped using the scale because I don't need that. I really don't need the scale. I can feel within my body if I'm gaining weight, if I'm losing weight. Like, you could just feel it on yourself. And I don't need a scale to tell me those numbers, especially like I work out a lot, and that scale is not going to do anything for me. So that I completely stopped, like, in general, which is great. Mm-hmm. But I always had a tough time with that control knob. I never let myself, completely relax and just let other people take the wind for me. I was always the one who was over prepared or had to do it my way because I don't trust how other people do it their way. And I remember it was my birthday and I was able to completely let go, like let the plans fall into place. I got super drunk and I never am able to let myself get like that ever. And it was just a win because I was able to just like sit there and let life happen the way it's supposed to, instead of me controlling everything. And that was huge for me. And I think I'm still working on it. My self-control. It's kind of weird because I've always wanted that self-control where I'm able to stop eating, but it's almost like there was too much self-control because I was trying to control something that couldn't be controlled, and I wasn't listening to my authentic self. I was just listening to these things up here that are just from all different sources, and it wasn't what I needed for myself. So yeah, that definitely was a huge win for me.
Yeah, that was a major turning point in my health and wellness journey. And I'm glad you reminded me of this, Nicole, was when I realized that there was like this tiny, authentic truth voice that was kind of in my body or like in the back of my mind. Like, no, that's actually not what you're going to do. Right. And it's like where suffering comes in for human beings is when we're, saying that we're going to do one thing, but then we do the opposite. So then when I became keen to that fact, it was like, I'm going to just always commit to doing for myself what I actually feel in my body or in the back of my mind that I'm actually going to do. And when I did that, it was like, I had that total peace of mind because I was living in integrity. So, points in my path was like, I'm going to learn how to love and accept my body, like regardless of what that means. Right. Or I am going to lose weight. Like when my heart is into that, then it's like everything can fall into alignment with that. And it's just easy. But when we're trying to push against, or we're doing it because dad says we need to lose weight, or mom says that, or someone said that I looked bigger than the last time. And then all of a sudden we like pretend that that's what we actually want. But it's like, we need to authentically listen to ourselves and our body to know exactly what it is that we want to do. And then everything can start to line up. So I love that you were able to kind of notice that difference. It's huge.
Yeah. A huge thing for me was doing it for like other people. And like you said, just not being your authentic self. And I always had these like false thoughts that were not true at all, that like, oh, I need to look this way in order to get a boy to like me, or like have a boyfriend and things like that. And throughout this whole entire journey, like boys have been flocking my way. Like, you know what I mean? Great. Like it's something that I never noticed, but now that I'm kind of shifting my thoughts into like, I'm fine the way I am and I'm not going to settle for anything. And if people like me, they like me for who I am right now. And that's perfect, you know? And I always had this thought, like, I can't have a relationship until I'm skinny. Mm-hmm. I can't like do all these things unless I'm skinny. And I'm doing all these things and I'm able to do them successfully. And that's all I needed to kind of reassure myself with those things, you know?
So fantastic. I had the same things in my head of like, oh my God, who's going to like me when I have extra weight on and all this kind of stuff. And I had to prove to myself. And I think I've talked about it before on here, but I don't think it hurts to talk about it again around how, you know, when we go into a relationship and we believe that there are parts of ourselves that are still broken, or our weight is bad, mm-hmm. or the way that we are is inadequate in some way, shape, or form, then it's going to attract the type of relationship that isn't actually one that's like, I love you, yep. and you love me, like all parts and all things, right? But when we have that, like, yeah, this is who I am, I take care of myself, all aspects of my life, you know, are accounted for, right? Then all of a sudden it's just like, wow, you get to attract this person who also feels complete and whole in themselves and they've got it all taken care of.
100%.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh, absolutely. And I know another previous client, that was the same thing. She was like, I mean, everybody's like, I thought that I had to lose weight first and then get that dream job and then get that ideal partner. And then it's like, no, like, what if that's actually not true at all? And the reason why you don't have that partner or that dream job is because you haven't done this work yet. This internal work to heal up any past traumas, wounds, or just incompletions with yourself, your family, your life. It's just amazing. I'm so excited and proud of you. Perfect. So day to day, I mean, what does it look like? You're not weighing yourself. Like you're just eating intuitively and enjoying life and not worrying about things like that. It's great.
I was a coach for girls varsity lacrosse at the end of the school year, like for the spring season. And I had this thought like, oh, I'm going to be surrounded by health and fitness and just like being my best self. And it taught me like, I don't have to do all this fitness to be who I want to be. You know, I was able to kind of project all of my enlightenments that I've learned from this program onto my students and my girls. And it was a lot of like balance and seeing what works for you and things like that. Like if you don't want to eat chicken and broccoli for dinner after practice, you don't have to. It's totally fine. Like nice. You'll survive the next day. And I think that was huge for me too, because I've always grown up, you know, with that diet mentality. And so my day-to-day life was just eating what I wanted to. I like eating healthy. Like that's something that I always kind of gear towards, but like who's to say what's healthy and what's not. But I love feeling good. That's like my number one thing. Like if food's going to make me feel like shit, I'm not going to eat it. And I know that now. And I'm not going to just eat it just for like the hell of it and the taste of it. And because I can't eat it, you know, it's whatever makes my body feel good. And I'm able to conquer my binge. I'm able to mindfully kind of feel what I'm feeling in the moment. And like, oh, do I need 7 more of these big ass chips? Like, no, I don't need it. I'm just eating to eat right now. So that's a huge win. I'm able to conquer that. I still love to like do outdoorsy things and move my body. Moving my body makes me feel really good too. So I'm doing workouts that like bring joy to me. And that's what has changed everything. You know, I'm not doing those vigorous workouts where I think I'm going to have a six pack the next day. So I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm eating what makes me feel good. I'm not using the scale. However my body looks, it's how I look. And I'm able to wear clothes that make my body look good. I buy bigger clothes if I need to, smaller clothes if I need to. Who's to say that's right or wrong? It's we're just living out here, and I needed you to help me figure that out.
Wow, it's fantastic. Yep. Well, yeah, I can tell that you're just so engaged with your life, like before it's like we're so in our minds, it's like we can't actually be present with what's happening. And it sounds like you're also just being 100% intuitive with your way of being, that's what it's all about. Is like, how is this going to make me feel? And we just take that one pause to be like, is that chocolate cake going to do it for me? Like, is that big thing of pasta? And like every day is different. And sometimes a big bowl of pasta is like, yeah, that's going to feel great. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like, ooh, if I have that pasta, I'm going to be not happy. And so no, thank you. And then it has this balance start to happen for us day to day. And there's so many different yogis and teachers that talk about when you follow your joy, I talk about this all the time, follow your bliss. It's like, okay, activity, hiking, like all these things make me feel so happy. And I'm just going to do that. Right. And then it's like just the joy and the excitement and everything, all these doors start opening up. And it's like, wow, all I'm doing is just living my life.
That Wheel of Joy module, like, I feel like that was life-changing. I still have my Wheel of Joy on my wall. If I'm ever feeling like stuck or need to like indulge fully in something that's not food, I go to that and I pick something out of there. Like, nice. I remember telling you, like, taking a bath was a huge thing for me. Like, I've never done that ever in my life. Mm-hmm. And if I ever felt like I needed something to complete me, I would literally take a bath and it would complete my indulging. It would just do it for me.
So beautiful. Yes. Like, exactly. Indulging in other things, giving that indulger part of ourselves something else to do that feels even better than that binge. Yep. Finding ways to nourish and nurture ourselves is fantastic. Yeah. And that, like, I remember when I was in India and it was like, I was at the height of my binging and I had just, gotten over a breakup or whatever. And as I'm binging, it was like, that was the first time I was present to like, wow, this is anger that I'm feeling. Like, I'm doing this to like numb out on this feeling of anger. So then just like knowing what to do with that and how to actually self-soothe in other ways that felt even better was just like exciting for me. I have a client who's in the program right now who she was saying, like, people were saying like, it's like, somebody would be lying if they said that this wasn't hard work. She was like, I love it. She was like, because if I know that me feeling these emotions and like all these feelings is going to get me past this stuff for good, like here I am, like make me cry. So
it's just it's like, 100% beneficial to yourself. So it's really nice to do. It's amazing.
Really,
there's
really
no losing in any of it.
No losing at all. And then like, when those scary emotions come up, it's like, now I feel anger and I'm like, oh, yep, that's anger. Like, let's work with it and, move my body or do some of the things on my joy wheel that will work that through. And food isn't even a thing for me anymore at all. So I'm just happy to hear that you're in the same place 6 weeks out and living your life and fully engaged. And not only that, like the fact that you shared, I remember you said you were going to have your girls on the lacrosse team, right? Do some journaling and stuff that we had done with the program. Just fantastic. Like, you're changing all these other people's lives as well, because you and then several other people who have been in the program, they come from, athleticism backgrounds, right? And that just, you can't help to have nutrition and like those kinds of mindsets and body, blah, 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 get really ingrained, in the way that we're operating. And there's so many lifelong, eating disorders that come as the result of having in your early days, being trained in that way. And diet mentality. So thank you for being a cause of change for them. That's makes me really, really happy. It's awesome. You changed their life forever. They're lucky to have you. Awesome. Yeah. So for anybody who's kind of on the edge about joining the program, anything that you'd like to say to them?
Just do it. I know it was really hard for me to kind of say yes. And like, I graduated college. I'm only like a year and a half out of college and I'm broke. I just started my full-time job and I was just really worried about the money and the commitment, and like, I'm in grad school. There's just a lot going on, but it really is so doable. There are increments of payments that help so much. And the Zoom meetings are late at night where you have that time to sit and do this for yourself. Like you can make the time. There's no excuses. It's completely beneficial to every part of your life. And I've changed my life, and I've changed my friends' lives. My friends, they kind of were on this journey with me, and they did the journaling with me in the morning, and like we would meditate together, and there were so many positive things that came out of it, even for the people around me. So it's just a win-win-win. And just your whole team, you guys are so relatable. It's so comfortable to talk to you guys, and it's truly life-changing, and it's a way of life that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life. And all the tools that I have on the app, they're so accessible, and I could do them anywhere, anytime. Like I've been away for 2 weeks and I'm meditating from the app. Like it's just so doable. Mm-hmm. And just get that food freedom. Like we don't need to live like this anymore. Mm-hmm. There's so much more to life. There's so much. So just do it.
Awesome, Nicole. Thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of people are appreciating what you shared today, and congratulations on all your success. And I'm going to let you go and just get back to that beach and enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Yep. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and contact us right on Facebook. We'll have someone message you right back and can get the same conversation Nicole had and see if we can make a difference for you today. Awesome, Nicole. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me.